If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On the ready? Yellow, go! Here, right! Check, man!
Throwing to start here is Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So they get the completion. That's good. But, Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there that sometimes when they get hit early, gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
To throw again on second down. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Our game here, the first of 3 on this Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. And remember, you got 2 more after this. We're followed here by the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then tonight, a good one out in the desert, the Bucs and Cards from Glendale. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Tua. It's complete to Williams. And some room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Tua now on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Hey, don't steal!
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They'll go with Jones. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. On 1st down, it's Newton. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. And it's a room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering it. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll bring up second down. Here's Newton. And it's caught. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
They'll look to run with Dillon. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Cam on the option. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Cam Newton keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Throwing on second and 14. Tua. He has it complete to Christian Watson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. On this play to move the sticks. Looking to pass. Tua. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
This returnable for Hill. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. The Dolphins hit 11-3 on the year, and I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too. Getting
this out to the flat, Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Newton on 3rd down. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. He's airing it out for Williams. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
11 yards for number 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Newton. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Hey. Gun.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Cam Newton with his second touchdown here this first half. And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to... And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 60 yards.
Hey, confused. Cut.
Now Jones. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brent, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This is Smith with a grab. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
That's good for the Dolphins. First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
20.
Here's Newton. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Newton throwing again. Over the middle to Smith. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point and good by Sanders, and it is 28-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Tua, the final shot before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Again, Newton to keep it. They run with Mostert off the option. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Quick and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Newton's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the turnover, it's Tua. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Cam's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd and 2, Newton. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins' 1st down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little.
Touchdown! Mostert. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On play action, here's Tua. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Tua eluding the pressure gets to him again. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Now Tua. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Tariq Woolen picks it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off play action. Newton. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Open man is Waddle, complete. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll complete this one to Watson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On first down, Tagovailoa escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marquise Bell in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Ultra. Go ultra.
To try again after the sack. Tua being chased out left. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here's another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton, they'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Newton. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Play action. Now it's Tua. His throw incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to pass. Tua flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances. And that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Tua to try again on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Able to hook up with Williams here. Out right at the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. Flush to his right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes for a gain of 31. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. On 4th down, Newton caught on the slant, and now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone, eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany, and he'll be down at the 6-yard line. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And now here's another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like